Ben Tucker, Benjamin M. Tucker, December 13, 1930, June 4, 2013. Tucker played on albums by Art Pepper, Billy Taylor, Quincy Jones, Grant Green, Dexter Gordon, Hank Crawford, Junior Mance, and Herbie Mann. He was born in Tennessee. As bass player in the Dave Bailey Quintet in 1961, he wrote the instrumental version of the song Comin Home Baby, first issued on the album 2 Feet in the Gutter. Dorough later wrote a lyric to the song, and the vocal version became a top 40 hit for jazz singer Mel Tormé in 1962. Tucker released the album Baby You Should Know It Ava 1963 with Victor Feldman, Larry Bunker, Bobby Thomas, Ray Crawford, Tommy Tedesco, and Carlos Patato Valdes. By 1972, Tucker owned 2 radio stations, WSOK-AM, which had over 400,000 listeners, and WLVH-FM. Both of these were located in his hometown of Savannah, Georgia. He died in a traffic collision in Hutchinson Island, Georgia, on June 4, 2013. Discography. With Mose Allison, The Word from Mose Atlantic, 1964 with Dave Bailey, Reaching Out Jazz Time, 1961, Bash, Jazzline, 1961, 2 Feet in the Gutter Epic, 1961 with Kenny Burrell, On View at the 5-Spot Cafe Blue Note, 1959, Freedom Blue Note, 1964-1980, 64-1980, Swingin' Blue Note, 1956 Rel, 1980 with Eddie Lockjaw Davis, Love Calls or C.A. Victor, 1968 with Lou Donaldson, Gravy Train Blue Note, 1961 with Teddy Edwards, Sunset Eyes Pacific Jazz, 1960, It's All Right, Prestige, 1967 with Gil Evans, The Individualism of Gil Evans Verve, 1964 with Dexter Gordon, Clubhouse Blue Note, 1965-1979 with Grant Green, Green Street Blue Note, 1961, Sunday Morning Blue Note, 1961, Grandstand Blue Note, 1961 with Chico Hamilton Trio introducing Freddie Gambrell World Pacific, 1958 with Roland Hannon, Easy to Love Echo, 1960 with Willis Jackson, Gator's Groove Prestige, 1969 with Illinois Jackie, The Message Prestige, 1963, Bottoms Up Prestige, 1968 with Quincy Jones, Quincy's Got a Brand New Bag Mercury, 1965 with Clifford Jordan, Soul Fountain Vortex, 1966-1970 with Yusef Laati, The Centaur and the Phoenix Riverside, 1960 with Junior Mance, The Soulful Piano of Junior Mance Jazzland, 1960 with Herbie Mann, Herbie Mann at the Village Gate Atlantic, 1961, Herbie Mann live at Newport Atlantic, 1963. Standing Ovation at Newport Atlantic, 1965 with Warren Marsh, Jazz of Two Cities Imperial, 1956 with Pat Martino, Strings, Prestige, 1967, East, 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 East. Prestige, 1968 with James Moody, The Blues and Other Colors Milestone, 1969 with Jerry Mulligan and Mulligan, Dorough, Columbia, 1962 with Mark Murphy. That's How I Love the Blues, Riverside, 1963 with Oliver Nelson, Fantabulous Argo, 1964 with Art Pepper, The Art Pepper Quartet Tampa, 1956, Art Pepper with Warren Marsh Contemporary, 1956-1986, with Warren Marsh, Warren Marsh, Warren Marsh, Warren Marsh, Warren Marsh, Warren Marsh, Warren Marsh. Collections Intro 1957 with Red Norvo, Joe Morlow and Jerry Wiggins. Modern Art Intro 1957, Mucho Calor Andex 1957 with Kente Kandali with Lalo Schifrin. Samba para das Verve 1963 with Bob Brookmeyer with Bola Seat. Bossa Nova Fantasy 1962 with Jimmy Smith. Got My Mojo Workin' Verve 1966 with Jeremy Steig. Flute Fever Columbia 1964 with Sonny Stitt. Sax Expressions Roost 1965 with Billy Taylor. I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free Tower 1968. Sleeping Bee MPS 1969 with Harold Vick. Commitment Muse 1967-1974. References